You must have heard of the Metaverse, the virtual world where you can be anyone, do anything, and go anywhere. Sounds amazing, right? Well, not so fast. What if I told you that behind the shiny promises of a virtual reality where you can connect with anyone, anywhere, anytime, there is a dark and sinister agenda to manipulate your mind, exploit your data, and sell you more ads than ever before? That the company behind this vision is not your friend, but your enemy, and that they are creating a dystopian nightmare that will trap you in a digital prison. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Well, maybe not. This company is called Meta, and this is how they are doing it. The metaverse is a term coined by sci-fi writer Neil Stephenson in his 1992 novel Snow Crash, where it describes a virtual reality successor to the internet. In the metaverse, people can interact with each other and with digital content in immersive 3D spaces, using devices such as VR headsets, AR glasses, or smartphones. The metaverse is not owned or controlled by any single entity, but rather consists of multiple platforms and applications that interconnect and interoperate. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, is one of the leading companies in developing and promoting the metaverse. Meta's vision is to help people connect, find communities, and grow businesses in the metaverse, using its technologies such as Oculus, Portal, Horizon, and Spark AR. Meta claims that the metaverse will enable new forms of social interaction, entertainment, education, work, and commerce that will enrich and empower people's lives. But is that really the case? Or is there a hidden cost to entering the metaverse? One of the main reasons why Meta is creating a dystopian nightmare with the metaverse is that it is driven by its core business model, advertising. Meta makes most of its revenue from selling ads to its users, using their personal data and behavior to target them with relevant and persuasive messages. In 2021, Meta generated over $114 billion in ad revenues, accounting for 97.9% of its total revenue. Meta's ad revenue per user is growing, demonstrating the value advertisers see in working with the firm. Meta's goal is to increase its ad revenue by expanding its user base, engagement, and data collection in the metaverse. By creating a virtual world that is more immersive, addictive, and pervasive than the real one, Meta can hook people with ads, manipulate their preferences and choices, and influence their actions and outcomes. Meta can also use social engineering methods such as nudges, incentives, rewards, and punishments to get people to do what it wants them to do in the metaverse. For example, Meta can use its AI assistant, trained on public posts, to create personalized stickers for chats and stories that subtly promote its products and services. Meta can also use its Horizon Workrooms, a VR platform for remote collaboration, to monitor and evaluate employees' performance, productivity, and well-being. Meta can also use its Reels, a short video service, to compete with other platforms such as TikTok and YouTube, and to generate more ad revenue by increasing user engagement. Some might argue that Meta is not creating a dystopian nightmare with the metaverse, but rather a utopian dream. They might say that Meta is providing people with more opportunities, choices, and freedoms in the metaverse that will enhance their quality of life and happiness. They might also say that Meta is building the metaverse responsibly, with respect for people's privacy, security, and rights. They might also say that Meta is not the only player in the metaverse, and that people can choose to use other platforms and applications that suit their needs and preferences. However, these arguments are not convincing for several reasons. First, Meta is not providing people with more opportunities, choices, and freedoms in the metaverse, but rather with more illusions, distractions, and dependencies. By creating a virtual world that is more appealing and rewarding than the real one, Meta is making people lose touch with reality and with themselves. People might become addicted to the metaverse, spending more time and money on it, and neglecting their physical, mental, and social well-being. People might also become dependent on the metaverse, relying on it for their work, education, entertainment, and socialization, and losing their autonomy and agency. People might also become isolated from the real world and from each other, as they interact more with digital avatars and content, and less with human beings and nature. Second, Meta is not building the metaverse responsibly, with respect for people's privacy, security, and rights, but rather with disregard for them. By collecting more data and behavior from people in the metaverse, Meta is exposing them to more risks and harms, such as identity theft, cyber attacks, hacking, phishing, malware, and ransomware. Meta is also violating people's privacy, security, and rights by using their data and behavior for its own benefit, without their consent, knowledge, or control. Meta is also exploiting people's data and behavior by selling them to third parties, such as advertisers, marketers, governments, and criminals who might use them for malicious or unethical purposes. Meta is also censoring people's data and behavior by filtering, blocking, or removing them based on its own policies, preferences, or interests. Third, Meta is not the only player in the metaverse, but it is the dominant one, and it wants to keep it that way. By investing billions of dollars in developing and promoting the metaverse, Meta is gaining a competitive advantage over other platforms and applications that might not have the same resources, capabilities, or vision. Meta is also creating a network effect, where more users and content attract more users and content, making it harder for other platforms and applications to compete or cooperate. Meta is also creating a lock-in effect, where users and content are tied to its platform and application, making it harder for them to switch or leave. Meta is also creating a monopoly effect, where it controls the market and the rules of the metaverse, making it harder for anyone to challenge or change them. In conclusion, Meta is creating a dystopian nightmare with the metaverse by using its core business model of advertising and its social engineering methods to hook people with ads, manipulate their preferences and choices, and influence their actions and outcomes. Meta is also creating a virtual world that is more immersive, addictive, and pervasive than the real one, making people lose touch with reality and with themselves. Meta is also collecting more data and behavior from people in the metaverse, exposing them to more risks and harms, and violating their privacy, security, and rights. Meta is also dominating the metaverse, gaining a competitive advantage over other platforms and applications, and controlling the market and the rules of the virtual world. Meta's vision of the metaverse is not a utopian dream, but a dystopian nightmare that we should be aware of and resist. We should not let Meta decide our future or define our reality. We should not let Meta take over our lives or take away our humanity. We should not let Meta bring us the metaverse, but rather bring ourselves the real world. The real world is where we belong, where we thrive, and where we make a difference. The real world is our world, and we should make it our own. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to Tech Pulse Pro for more tech documentaries. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.